That's dumb. Okay, I didn't see the go live. I had it actually on. I saw myself, and it's recording. Well, not recording, but it shows myself. And I was putting the banner on and whatnot, and interesting. I'm looking at your phone. It was yours. Oh, there it is. There it is. Popped up. Okay, cool. All right. Oh, there it is. There it is. Popped up. Okay, cool.
Come in.
Must be Angela. What's up, Chad? How you doing, brother? Ron, what's going on?
Come in.
Must be Angela. How you doing, brother?
What's up, Chad? How you doing, brother?
Chad, you must be sitting on the top of your hill up there. You get some good reception.
How you doing, brother?
Fantastic.
Chad, you must be sitting on the top of your hill up there.
All right, cool. We're good. I did StreamYard. Hey, Ange. So I'm on StreamYard, guys. This is working out way better than OBS. I'm not gonna have any more problems with it. Well, I didn't think I was anyway, but oh, you're at the in-laws. No wonder. Yes, my two favorite channels just about out there. And Ron, what's your weather up like right now? We're baking down here. It's in the mid 80s down here. It's gonna be that way for a while now. So I think we're gonna have a hot summer.
What's your weather up like right now? We're baking.
Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah, so I had the StreamYard going, and I thought I was all set, had it all primed and ready to go. And I could see myself. The camera was on. I put my little my screen into the main screen, and then I checked to see if it was streaming, and I didn't realize in the top right corner it says "Go Live" on StreamYard. So 80 in the shade. I'm echoing. Okay. Oh my gosh, I did it again, guys. Oh, there we go. All right, sorry guys, learning curve. How's that? Ixnay on the sound say. There we go. You got me now? You heard me?
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, Olivia said she heard me. Okay, I think we're good. I unplugged my earbuds and I got the the mic unmuted. We should be good. All right, cool. Thank you. Thanks, y'all. Ryan, what's up, man? I can't wait to get up there. So, guys, Ryan's my he is the brother of a friend of mine I worked with, crane operator, and he beat me the freaking heck up to Idaho, and he's running cranes up there. Just drives me crazy that him and my other buddy Josh Wiggins beat me up there, but we had to fix up our house and wait for our kids to graduate from college. So what can I say? Anyway, he's up there living the dream, man. Man, I love your post too on Facebook, Ryan. That sounds like that thing up there in Coeur d'Alene was a fantastic event. I was looking at oh, who was this guy? I was just watching that he was on his way back to Washington. And what was this guy's name? Let me look it up for you really quick here. Joey Gibson, Patriot Prayer USA. He was at that event, and he was on his way back to Washington, and he's got a call to action for tomorrow. That there's a grandma that's supposedly going to be arrested this week, either tomorrow or next week or something, or she was just, I didn't quite understand when or how, but she has a pet grooming facility, and they're going to arrest her for opening up. Can you believe that? It just, oh, goodness gracious. So everything's going on in Seattle. It's okay for those guys to riot and everything else, and they're not going to arrest those people. They'll let them take over their downtown, but they're going to arrest a grandma trying to make a few bucks and groom pets. Insane. So anyway, he's got a big call to action. There's going to be a massive protest at City Hall apparently over this whole thing. So Joey Gibson, he was at that that rally, I guess you guys had. So hey, thanks, Chad. Yeah, you know what? The screen, the quality is way better. OBS, I'm going to just probably erase it from my computer. I don't think I'm ever going to use it again. There are so many more options that you can do with StreamYard, and the clarity is just so much better. And I got a lot of light coming in too. Let me try that. That I have a little light above the desk there. I've always wondered, you know, now doing this, anybody that you guys know that has an actual studio. Yeah, see, I just changed that light just a little bit of an angle to get a little more light on my face. You know, TV broadcasters and whatnot. Those guys have lights glaring in their face all day long, 8-10 hours a day. I don't know how they do it, because for me, having a light kind of glaring, I can, even though it's not in my line of sight right here, it's still up here. It's still kind of annoying, but it obviously makes the picture better. Drives me crazy when man, I don't know. I like to see guys when they're talking on screen. So anyway, all right. So you guys got me. Let's see here. Oh man. Right on, Ron. That'd be cool. We'd love to have you up there too. It'd be a fun time. You know what, Ron? You said that we had Butch from Sand Hollow Homestead. He came up there for last year's event, and he's down there in southern Boise, or southern Idaho, below Boise, I think. And I want to say it was a 10-hour drive for him. So him and his wife, he took a little weekend vacation. They drove up on Friday, came to our meet. Actually, you know, it was a Sunday. He drove up on Saturday. We did the meetup on Sunday, and then they drove home on Monday or Tuesday, I think. But anyway, so there are people definitely making the trip and drive for this thing. I blasted this thing out all over Facebook. I know, Ryan, you probably saw me put it out there with all the North Idaho channels, relocation people, and all that kind of stuff. I got a whole bunch of people watching that. That was pretty cool. I have 42% of the traffic on that 5-minute video was from outside sources besides YouTube. So that means that the Facebook post I did was working really good. I actually have a lady emailed me based on that video. It was I'm sure she was at that rally yesterday as well. What was her name? Let's see here. Where did she go? Maureen. Okay, so this is Maureen Marion emailed me, and grassroots citizens group that want to keep Idaho free, and she asked if she came from Cali, but she's been up there for a lot of years, and she's up there as a grassroots activist, and she's going to show up at our meetup there, set up a little table to see if we can get people to recall the governor. I think, what does she say here? She wants to they want to recall the governor. Yeah, here we go. Recall of Governor Little. So she's going to be trying to get people to sign the petition to recall Governor Little at our event. And I said, yeah, absolutely. I conferred with some of the other people out there, and on our committee for organizing, and they're like, yeah, you know, I can totally get behind that. And I told her, I said, well, I'm not technically registered in Idaho yet, but if you want to, are you able to sign me up? She goes, you betcha we can. So I own property, and I pay taxes. I'm registering to vote in 2 weeks in Idaho, as well as getting my driver's license and registering my truck up there. It's happening. We had a big garage sale yesterday, guys. I just sold my dirt bike. I had a Honda 450R, CRF 450R dirt bike. It's a 2003. It's pretty old, but it runs like a champ. Good bike. And I just let it. It needed the forks to be rebuilt, but otherwise it was in great shape. And I just sold it for $1,600. But we had a garage sale yesterday. We made about $500 off our garage sale and emptied a bunch of junk out of our garage. So we are preparing. This is happening, guys. I can't wait to get up there. So anyway, let me make sure I get caught up on the comments here. Hey, Brett. Last week I did Monday. I was on StreamYard on Monday and tried it out for the first time. And yeah, heck yeah. You know, and your guys' StreamYard, you were doing that were you at the fire station, Brett? or were you at a different, just a different room in your house when you guys did your live stream on Thursday? I meant to ask you that. Yeah, Ron, you know what? I love dirt bikes. We've had them for a long time. That was actually my first and only dirt bike. We've had quads forever. And I know I'm going to need or want a dirt bike up there eventually, but our more immediate need is going to get a side-by-side for Olivia, because she won't ride a dirt bike, but she'll drive a side-by-side. We get a 2-seater side-by-side and then have one with a little dump trailer, like a little utility, one of those Rhinos or something. She'll drive that all over the place. And I guess you can ride them on the road up there. So that's the plan. You had a KX. Yeah, I'm sorry you had a Kawasaki there, Chad. I don't know. The Hondas just, destroy the Kawasaki's at the track all the time. So I don't know what to tell you there, Chad. Just like the Power Strokes destroy the Cummins all the time. I don't know. Chad, I just feel like you keep throwing out the second best all the time on that stuff. Power Strokes all day. I'm just busting your chops. I think the Kawasaki's actually win more than the Hondas. But you were at the firehouse, okay? And they were at home. That's really cool. That's what I like about StreamYard. It blows my mind. Last Monday when I did that little test, and I'm a newbie, right? So I put the link right in the chat. So I had Kathy from North Star Prepstetter, and then I had Connie from JNC's Oregon Homestead, and I had Chris from Bar None Off Grid, and we were all in there together doing a 4-part live stream. It was really cool. We had a lot of fun. I know, Chad. I know they did. I've been watching. I do watch a lot of that. Yep, Ricky Carmichael. Oh boy. Anyway, I feel like I got pretty good money for that bike, $1,600. And then someday, if I want to, go ride dirt again, I'll look for a good used one up there or something. And dirt bikes are fun. Like I said, my first one out in the dunes is where I really enjoyed it. Just open that sucker wide open with a sand paddle tire, climbing the dunes at Dumont. Never went to Glamis, but went to Pismo and went to Dumont Dunes and just had a blast with that thing. But I honestly haven't ridden that thing for probably 2 or 3 years. We haven't gone. We sold our toy hauler, sold our motorhome, sold all of our stuff because the kids were busy in school and we just didn't go. So it was hard to part with. I bought that thing. I got a smoking deal from a guy that was racing motocross or supercross. And I got it from the guy. He had fallen and broken too many bones, and his wife just wanted to get rid of it. She sold it to me for $800. So I doubled my money on it, and I rode the crap out of it and had a great time with it, and it'll go to a good home. So good enough. I'm going to buy a side-by-side with the money I got, and we'll be good to go. So Silver Lake sand dunes there. Yeah. You know what? And I hate to say it, Oregon, you can actually ride on the Pismo Beach is the only beach in California you can ride anything on. You can drive on the beach there, but the environmentalist crazies here in California have shut down almost everything on the beaches. So they have shrunk Pismo Beach down to almost nothing as well. But yeah, you know what, dirt bikes. You know what did it for me too is I got that smoking deal on that bike, and I had a Honda 450R quad. Great bike, great quad. And we went out to Dumont Dunes one year and it had rained like 3 days before, and all of the sand cars and everything were out there, and they were tearing up the sand, and they were leaving great big ruts in the sand. Well, because the sand was wet a couple of feet down, it soaked the dunes. And so usually at nighttime, the wind comes in and it smooths over all the ruts and smooths everything else. And you go out there in the morning and it's just a pure, flat, ripply butter dune. But because it had rained, nothing got filled in. And so I rode my quad and it beat the crap out of me. And so I had brought that bike with it's got the long travel forks on the front, and I rode that thing and it just floated right across those bumps like nothing. I never rode that quad again. I came home and sold it that weekend. So ever since then, I've ridden a dirt bike, and it's just been a lot of fun. So yeah, you know what? I think you're right, Amy. The delay is, hey, Jeremy, what's up, bud? Cool. We got a good size group in here. Well, you guys already pretty much know all the news anyway. So you know what, Ron, you are right about that. My neighbor he loaned us his 1,000. He had a 2016 Razor 4-seater. Was it a 16 anyway? It had the 1,000cc engine in it with the long travel kit on it, 4-seater. That thing was blazing fast. She loved it, but it's not going to be. We're not going to be riding around for fun and wind in the hair kind of thing on this thing. It's going to be a utility vehicle for the for our homestead up there, going up into the forest and getting firewood. Shh, don't tell anybody that. Don't tell anybody I said that. But I just told the whole world, right? But yeah, so yeah, that's the plan, is to get her a little a 2-seater. So yeah, you know what, Amy? I think you're right. The delay is way better on that, because when I was using the OBS before and having to open up a link through YouTube and all stuff, because this just goes straight. You guys know how to use it now. It just goes straight to YouTube, and I don't have to do anything with YouTube. So it seems like it works really good. There was like a 20 to 30-second delay with OBS. And this one, there doesn't seem to be more than a 3 or 4 second delay. You know, I'm watching. I have another screen open on the other side. I split my screen in two, and I can see what you know. There's I can see myself in the screen and see what's going on. So, all right. Did I miss anybody here? So, hey, what's up, Chris? Thanks for coming in, brother. Streamlabs and StreamYard. Well, are you really? When do you? Well, you're using Streamlabs on your phone, right, Chris? Get a utility. Get a gator. Yeah, you know what? I'm thinking about this. What's up with the brown thumbs up, Chad? You're not dark enough to put a brown thumbs up. I caught that. I'm paying attention. I know. I used to be way slow. So I'm trying not to get on a rant and miss all your comments. Yeah, they are. You're right, Ron. Yeah, the Supercross athletes are something just like MMA fighters. Supercross athletes the same way. They have to be, and they have to keep their weight down. The more weight they have, I'd never be able to do Supercross unless I lost about 80 pounds. But he had actually fallen and broken too many bones, and he was getting some arthritis. I think he was like 40 or something when I bought it from him, and he's like, "Yeah, my wife won't let me ride anymore." So I was using, well, I believe OBS is made by Streamlabs. I don't know. OBS says OBS Studio. I'm looking at the little app right there, the little icon. I thought it was OBS Streamlabs. I thought that Streamlabs was the company that made OBS. I could be wrong, but either way, OBS on here just didn't work. Hey, so you're okay. Yeah, you know what? Hey guys, let's give Jeremy a high five, huh? Hey Jeremy, how's your hands? Oh yeah, you know what? We got to razz Jeremy a little bit, you guys. Yeah, how about them hands? It looked like he was having a hard time. I thought he was doing pretty good, but then I really started watching him, you know, squeeze them teats. And Andrew's like, "All right, we have a pint. That's enough for now." I thought that was hilarious. I wanted to throw so many jokes out your way, Jeremy, but I actually put one out there. I don't know if you saw it, but I thought better of it. It might have been a little off color, so I went ahead and erased it. But in all sincerity, I can't wait to taste goat milk. I know it's a little sweeter and creamier than regular milk. I can't wait to try some goat cheese, all that stuff. And if whoever will give us a sample of it, you guys are the closest, or if we go to the Reese's, whoever we end up, yeah, exactly, Chad, you're right. Yeah, and somebody else made that comment too, that you guys got to do a video on how to clean and pasteurize the milk. And I think was it you, Chris, that was saying, no way, raw milk's the best, eat it, drink it raw. But you still got to at least you still have to at least filter it through the cheesecloth, right? Because you got to get all the blood and hair out. Just I know regular milk has, you know, if you look at real, even pasteurized milk, you look at under a microscope, I'm told you can see little teeny tiny molecules of blood. That's just it. That's just the way it is. But you get way more of it if it's raw. Now, I could see you guys saw him wiping down the goat udder and everything. I thought that was pretty cool. But I can't wait to try some. But yeah, Streamlabs is made by OBS. Oh, okay. I don't know, Chris. The little icon that I have on my computer just says OBS on there. So Streamlabs is made by OBS. Okay, well, this is StreamYard, and I love it. I'm never going back. Streamlabs or OBS, whatever. Your hands are sore. That's funny. Hey, Brandon's Outdoor. Thanks for popping in, brother. Appreciate it, man. Oops, man, I missed some comments. Holy smokes. I didn't realize I had paused those. Yep. All right. Yep. They were sore. Oh, blood? Oh, well, that's what I'm told, Jeremy. That's what people have told me, is that if you look at milk under the microscope, that it's just part of it. I mean, so anyway. Yeah, goat cheese. I can't see cheese being bad. You know, my kids think goat cheese because we buy that salty, it's kind of sour Mexican cheese, and it's made with goat's milk, but it's a little sour, kind of like a Parmesan. But they sprinkle that stuff all over, you know, the nopales, which is the fried cactus with pico de gallo, or they put it on their tacos, they put it on their enchiladas, they put it on everything. But it's that sour, it's a real strong flavored goat cheese. And so the kids think they don't like that. And so they think all goat cheese tastes like that. But I know there's more kinds of cheese than just that one particular kind. So mastitis, still got a filter though. Yeah. Okay, cool, Chris. Did you put out a video, Chris, on milking goats? Or have you guys done? I saw you write a comment about having milked some goats or something. So that's cool. Right on, Jeremy. That's awesome. Amy, I am not. I accidentally paused it. Man, I can never win. It's just never good enough for Amy because she is the live stream queen. Bee's knees is the goat's cheese. Right on. Yeah, he's too rough. Wait a minute. What am I rough about? What am I rough about? What did I say? Oh my goodness. Okay, I must have missed something. You guys are all making fun and I missed it. Come on, let me in on the joke. Your hands were sore. You know, they say that dairy farmers' hands, it didn't take long to start building up the strength in your hands, but the dairy farmers have some of the strongest grips of all. Thumbs and forearms. That's great. You're going to make a milking machine. You know what? I'm wondering about what it would cost to get a milking machine, how hard that would be. I wonder if you could just go pick up a breast pump, you know, a human breast pump from like the local, you know, Goodwill or something and modify it. You guys failed? Really? Chad's comment. I know Chad is just, he just thinks he's all that. Him riding his, you know, with his Cummins truck and stuff. All right. Hey, so, hey guys, I don't know if you guys most of you guys already watched the video, so there's no sense in belaboring the point there, but I'm super excited about our meetup. A few of you guys, I was already talking about this at the very beginning, but I had this lady, she's part of a political activist group up there, and she's going to be signing people up to try and recall the governor, Governor Little up there, which is fantastic. And she's going to bring some forms to sign me up to vote in Idaho because I'm registered down here. I'm going to register my butt up there in Idaho. I can't wait. So that's going to be cool. That Jeremy has eaten at that guy's place down there in Coeur d'Alene, Messy's Burgers. The guy, I've talked to Jesse. I talked to him on the phone. Sounds like a super nice guy, and he sounds super excited about the event. So that's going to be fun. He also does breakfast and stuff. So you guys all know events are so much better when you have food. So to have a fun, and he has popcorn and cotton candy and all that stuff, I said, bring it. And the best part about it is he doesn't require a deposit or a minimum. So that's the best part. The whole thing's going to be free. So I know that some of us YouTube creators are going to be meeting earlier for breakfast. And they're going to be over there earlier to set up and stuff. But we're starting the event at noon, and I put that all over Facebook. And man, the traffic, 42% of the traffic of the views. I've got hundreds of views on that video, and 42% of it's from Facebook. So looking really, really good. Olivia and I, we've got like 50, 60 T-shirts to sell $5 to cover paint and the t-shirt. And poor Ryan, I know I confuse him. I know I'm confusing you guys probably because I put this is my t-shirt from last year. I don't have this year's shirt done. We don't have, she has everything done but the actual red part of the red part of the tube. So everything, well, I got one right here I can show it to you, but no big deal. So there's the t-shirt so far. Just reading, it's just missing the red part of the tube, and we'll have those ready to sell to people if they want to, you know, pitch in and cover costs on it. Otherwise, it's not even, we're not making a dime on those things. We're not out to make any money on this thing, just to kind of spread the word. So if you guys share that video, I know Jeremy did a video. It was a great video. And oh, okay. So yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. Did you confirm that, Jeremy? You made molds? That's cool. Ron, mold maker, make him a mold. Chris. I can't just walk in, Ryan? Okay. I will call him. No, Salzas are not going to come. They said they've got some family stuff going on, and so they are not going to be able to make it. So unfortunately, Good Simple Living is not going to make it this year. Oh yeah, let me tell you guys who all is coming, who's confirmed so far. So okay, so Jeremy says that North Country off of Chad is not going to be able to make it. They've got something else going on as well too. So okay, it is what it is. But I'll tell you guys the channels that are going to be coming. I know Martin Johnson and his lovely wife Jen and their daughter from Martin Johnson Off Grid. I mean, they're a big channel. They have 150,000 subscribers or something. They're coming. We've got the Rinkers from Breaking Free Off Grid. They're coming. They were also featured on Homestead Rescue, as well as Jeremy. You guys already probably all know that. Jeremy and his lovely wife Angela in Living the Dream. They're coming. Tyler from Let's Talk About Prepping. Who else am I missing? Boot Hill Ranch may come. So you guys go to get a chance to go check out Boot Hill Ranch and throw some comments out to them and encourage them to come. But she may not come because she is pregnant, like very ready to pop. Her due date is July 4th, 7 days later. So they're probably not going to make it, but we're trying. We know Shelby was pregnant last year, but I think she wasn't due for a couple more weeks after that. She wasn't due for like a month, but she was considered a high risk pregnancy. So we were really surprised when they showed up last year, and we were stoked that they were there. But anyway, who else did I say? Who did I say it was coming? Oh, I already told Jeremy. Okay, so quality of life. That's for some reason I want to say Todd. It's not Todd. I forget his first name. I can look on my list. But anyway, let's talk about prepping. We have a new channel. We have a couple new channels that are coming. Shaw's Prospecting wanted to come last year, couldn't make it. Living the Dream, us, Martin Johnson, Imagine Acre Wood with Dave Reese and his lovely wife and his family. Breaking Free Off Grid. Oh, Jeremy met a new channel, Roman, and I forget the name of his channel. Where did he go? I'm gonna look at my phone. You're probably gonna tell me. Let's see here. Oh, here it is. Deer Park Farmstead. The guy's name is Roman. So that guy's also going to be coming. So we got 2 new channels coming this year. Oh, thank you. Just as I said it, you put it up there. So yeah, guys, if you guys go check out Deer Park Farmstead and throw a comment out there and just say, hey, man, see you guys at the meetup. So we're going to go up there and we're going to have a hangout and be talking and meeting. We'll probably just do it's going to be real informal and laid back because with all the shutdown that was happening, it's just going to be an easy kind of almost a free-for-all thing. Hang out at the park. We'll probably take turns in the hot seat, and people can ask questions and whatnot. I was really hoping to get the Salzas up there because I would love to hear some of their input on on their channel analytics and just their experience with their channel blowing up. Same thing with Chad and Shelby. I would love to hear their experience, what we can all expect, because as our channels are growing, I mean, Ron, you had 20,000 subscribers on your channel, so I cannot imagine how many people are emailing you on a constant basis. You were always really good at responding to my emails. I thought that was really cool. I thought, well, with that many subscribers, you got to be getting a lot of emails. Can you guys imagine 100,000 subscribers? The Souses, you know, Good Simple Living and North Country Off Grid, that's where they're at. They're at 100,000 subscribers. How you even keep up with that? Gil, what's up, man? I think it's going to be a blast too, Jeremy. I can't wait. I really, so my post that I put on Facebook on all those pages, I've been going back and trying to look and see how many people have viewed those things, and we're talking hundreds of people have viewed those posts all over North Idaho and those homesteading pages and stuff. And some of those homesteading pages are more than just Idaho. So Tim, what's up, man? How you doing? One of my most helpful commentators, my helpful subscribers, a fellow YouTube creator, Tim Fergal, guys. He's got some good videos out there. There's a couple in Bonners Ferry, the Segovias. Oh yeah. You know what, Tim? I actually had reached out to them a while back, and I never got a response out of them. So I did extend an invite to them about a meetup, and the Segovias just never responded. So I don't know if any of you guys have any better connections with them. If you guys want to reach out to them, that's totally fine. They're a YouTube creator channel, and hit them up. But like I said, I've tried to reach out to them, and I didn't get any response back from them. So I think I contacted them like a year ago and said, hey, how you doing? You know, introduce myself. And they did respond back. But after that, I just for whatever reason, they weren't responding back. So, you know, okay. But yeah, thank you, Jeremy. Thanks for popping in. See you later. You don't post what anymore, Ron? Oh, that's new information. I didn't know that, Ron. Should I repost that? I guess I can't repost. I tried to repost it, but no. That's okay. No worries. I was like, I thought I was going to ask you, was that something that might have triggered an algorithm somewhere or got somebody's attention? Yeah, no worries. Okay. Okay, so, hey, thank you, Ryan. Thanks, brother. Appreciate it. Okay. So I'll have to email you, Ron. All right, I'll ask you an email. You can explain to me and tell me what's up, because I would love your input on that. And and I'll keep whatever you say confidential if it whatever. Hey, go feed your animals, Jeremy, so you don't hit the wrong button. Well, that's cool. That's interesting. I'll get some more info. I would love to have your input, Ron, and if you could share some wisdom there and your experience as to why and what happened with that. Because if you can help, if you're willing to share it here, that would be fantastic. And you can help the rest of us creators avoid, if it was a mistake you made or a pitfall or something that you didn't do, that you did unintentionally or whatever. I know, right, Ron? Yeah. So if you want to share it, that'd be great. If not, I totally understand. It's interesting, some of the stuff. I'm pretty transparent with stuff, but I honestly, guys, Jeremy already left, I think. But all right, good night, Chris. Thank you very much. I don't know if you guys watched that video when I first posted it yesterday about the announcement. It's 5 minutes long. I know that one guy caught it. I know that Roger Betancourt, he's always watching Jeremy and I. He's a great subscriber down in Texas, and he caught it. And I had missed it because I actually put some extra stuff in that video. And I kind of went off on a little tangent talking about negative comments and stuff. and you know, the channel trolls and whatnot. And I had put on with my Adobe Elements, I had actually put on a little banner, and I had said something about that these trolls, some of the comments that they say, and in the banner I said some are just downright nasty, right? So I decided to cut out all the troll part and the negative comment stuff and my little rant, and just focus on just the meetup, right, and keep it positive. But I forgot to take that little text blurb out. It's a little text effect that you can get in Adobe Elements. So as I'm talking, and when you cut something out, it puts the clips together, right? So the clip ran into the back of the other clip, but that little text was still in there. And the part that when that section of video slides over, the little text clip doesn't move in the timeline. And right above, right where it was at, is when I was talking about Jeremy and Angela living the dream homestead. And I was talking about them, and then all of a sudden it comes up and it flashes across the screen, and they can be downright nasty sometimes. And Roger Betancourt caught it, and he's like, "Oh, so I hear you guys are downright nasty." I'm like, "What? What are you talking about?" I thought maybe he had actually seen, because I had actually posted. Excuse me, guys. I had actually posted an unlisted version of the video so Jeremy could watch it really quick. And I thought somehow maybe somebody had seen it, that Roger had seen that unposted version or that unlisted version. And that's when he made the comment. And so I didn't really think anything of it. And then Jeremy's like, he's like, nasty, huh? And I'm like, what? And I went back and looked and went, oh, crap. And that was the third time I did the video. And I had actually uploaded it to YouTube. And you guys know what it's like. And I have fast upload speeds. So I was able to do it pretty quick. But each time it was like another, half an hour, 45 minutes to redo the video, render it, upload it, and, blah, 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 right? So I was like, man, I don't want to have to go back and redo that again. I had actually already posted the link all over Facebook. So that was the problem. And so what I discovered, it was in YouTube Editor, is I went to go in there, and I actually, there's a little blur feature. So I just looked at the timeline on there, and I actually just put a little blur box over it so that when it shot through for the 2 seconds and then shoots off the screen, it took the blur away. So there's just a little blur right there. So I don't know how many of you guys saw the pre-blur text. Let me know. All right, Chris. Thanks, man. Okay, Chad. So you saw, my wife, Olivia, she texted me. She was actually already in bed. She's like, why did you say that about living the dream homestead nasty? And I'm like, what? What are you talking about? So, all right, Gil. Thanks for stopping in, brother. Anyway, guys, the struggle is real. So the lesson there, I guess, was you got to be careful what you put out there and how you put it out there, and you got to just look at it 3 times before you post it, because once it's out there, unless you just delete it, so I totally understand what you're saying, Ron. If something happened, I totally understand what would happen with that. If something you put out there and you got in trouble or whatever. So anyway. All right. Well, that was it, guys. That's the big news for tonight. It's going to be a fun show up there. We're hoping that oh, really? Okay. Okay, cool. You know what, Ron? Why the heck not? We got 6. It's a small group tonight. Why the heck not? Let's talk about this for a second. I will struggle to contain my passion in this subject. I've had a couple people send me a link to what's his name? You're gonna tell me you know who this is. Donald Draper. Do you know the name Donald Draper? The guy's legendary. He put out a rant today, a 13-minute rant that's been all over YouTube and Facebook. I've had multiple people send it to me, and he ripping and destroying, demolishing, crushing the BLM in Sandpoint and their Facebook page. So, hey, what's up, Tyler? How you doing, brother? Thanks for coming in. You know what, Ron? I totally understand. I would not blame you for not wanting to. You're sick of their crap. I get it. I actually had to manually. I actually had to have them manually review a couple of my videos because they were a little bit edgy. They partially I got the yellow dollar sign instead of the green dollar sign, and they were going to demonetize my videos because the algorithm picked up a word or two that I said, right? Really annoying because I try to be really careful about that stuff. But yeah, the censorship it's a double standard, and it's only a one-way street, and you're beholden and you're captive. But this guy Donald Draper, they won't take his video down because he is the original BLM protester. He says in his video that he actually walked from that million-man march that was at the beginning of Obama's reign. It's going to be interesting to see if this live stream gets demonetized tonight because of the things I'm saying right now. So he was one of the original guys that walked from, I think he said Santa Rosa, California, all the way to Washington, D.C. He's one of the original BLM guys, and he was destroying the BLM people in Sandpoint. He said there's 400 members in the Sandpoint BLM group, and they're all white. And so if you guys, I'm going to post this, guys. If you guys want to go look up this guy. You guys probably already know who this guy is, but Donald Draper. His name is Robert Rosenderry, aka Donald Draper, and he gives BLM in Sandpoint a lesson here. So Robert Rosenderry, aka Donald Draper. So you guys go look up for that guy right there. Wow. Oh, would you? Hey, Michael, thanks for coming in, buddy. Wow. They shut down all three of your buddies' channels for the same thing. Over 300,000 subs. Wow. You know what, guys? I've said this in the last couple of. I do too, Chris. I do everything I can. All of you guys, I watch. If I don't watch the whole thing, I do the same thing. I let it play for your watch time and try and help out all my friends. I'm the same way. And we were talking about this a few weeks back about that core group of people that you meet and trying to keep up with everybody. And when you get to the point, and that's part of the perspective I was hoping to get from some of the big channels at our meetup, is how do you handle not that they're super famous, but they're kind of famous. How do you handle the crush of contacts, of emails, and people dying to meet you? I've heard stories of big YouTube channel celebrities, people just showing up. Even though they don't tell people where they live or whatnot, people just show up unannounced, wanting to, an autograph and hang out. And it's like, hey, man, we're real people. We're not TV personalities. We're not we're not movie stars or actors. We're real people, and we have real lives. And so when you get to that point where the channel is so big that you've got people constantly banging down your virtual door, how do you handle that? So anyway, that's interesting. Yeah, exactly. You're exactly right, Ron. Yep. Yeah, they're linking them all in. And you know what? It's a total sham and a total lie. I love Candace Owens, and Candace Owens demolishes the argument. There is an awful lot of very fantastic conservative. A lot of them are Christians, but not necessarily. But a lot of them are very, very conservative. African-American people are. So we were in church this morning, and before the service started, they played about a 10-minute video from Prager University, and the director of some of her historical posts that they have is a fantastic conservative African-American lady, and she puts out the whole history on the whole the KKK, that'll get flagged. That's definitely going to get flagged. All of that stuff, they were all Democrats, all liberals. Abraham Lincoln was a Republican. The vice president that took his place was a liberal Democrat. The guy that shot him was a Democrat. The people that all through history, all the way into the 60s, the people that fought, the party that fought against civil rights reforms were all Democrats. The Democrats were from the South. They were the ones that fought all of the reforms, all the civil, all of that stuff. The party of slavery was always the Democrats, always has been. And then in the 60s and 70s, when they discovered that they could continue to use that party, use that group of people, and use them as a demographic for votes. And so Prager University, if you guys want to go look at the stuff and look at what real true history says, and the liberals that are in control of our state education system, they are doing everything they can to erase that from the history books. They are erasing all of that from the history books, guys. My kids are woke. They are awake, and they are seeing this, and they are seeing the truth of what's really happening out there. And so just like what was happening up in Coeur d'Alene last week, guys, when you had the 3%ers and the 111%, when we had those groups up there, I posted all over Facebook. Hey, Kathy, thanks for coming in. Yeah, censorship is a real thing. Yes, exactly, Chris. No one's talking about Officer Dorn. That's right. Yeah, it makes you sick. It makes you angry, doesn't it? It makes me furiously angry. Thanks for coming in, Kathy. How was your modding over there for R&R? I bet you're wiped out. Yeah, so Kathy was well, Chris, you and Kathy, and who else? Where's Jane S? They're not in here yet tonight, so you guys know this is my second StreamYard live stream tonight. So yeah, guys, it just makes you super mad that this kind of stuff is happening. The lies that they're perpetuating out there to continue to drive a narrative, and the Antifa people have completely usurped the movement. BLM, which is based on a lie that started on not the original guy, not this guy Robert Dornan, but the recent in the Ferguson, Missouri case. You know, the hands up, don't shoot. That was all a lie. We all know that. So all of this stuff, the hardcore, and I know I'm going to get some people that are saying that stuff up there in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. You know, those people are up there protecting. There was rumors that Antifa was coming from Spokane to trash Coeur d'Alene, and so all of the local guys up there got together to stand by and to protect the businesses, and that's what they were doing. It was a peaceful, quiet, awesome time. Ryan was there, Jeremy was there, a bunch of people were there, and they can vouch for that. And there was a couple of African American guys with their AR-15s right there, standing side by side with all the white guys in their AR-15s protecting businesses. I posted that all over Facebook, and there's a couple of guys, and they're standing there with arm on shoulder, and they're smiling for the cameras. And that guy's been, you guys have probably seen that guy. He's a big dude. He's got kind of some curly long hair, and then he's got another friend next to him that's got dreads. Great big dudes. There's big smiles on their face. I know, right? I bet the trolls are insane on that, huh, Kathy? That's crazy. So, yeah, and the racist people are the ones calling people racist. So exactly. So yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens, Ron, because you posted a video against all of that stuff. I am not protesting against all of that, but I'm definitely protesting against the groups of people that are trying to drive a narrative that is untrue. That's a lie. The Antifa people, they're the violent ones. They're the ones that are stirring all this stuff up and can't stand it. I think it's all a bunch of crazy lies. They're saying that George Soros put out $33 million to BLM. They have proof. They have the financial proof. So where's the money going? Follow the money. Project Veritas is a great channel, guys. He is exploding on YouTube like crazy, and people keep trying to take him down. But he did some undercover stuff with some Antifa guys doing some hand-to-hand combat stuff, and it's insane the stuff that he's uncovering. He's got guys undercover posing as Antifa people and exposing these people for the liars and the anarchists that they really are. They are not really against fascists. They are fascists. So I put it all out there, guys. You guys got me going. I went ahead and just let it fly. This is going to be fun. This will be interesting to see what happens to my channel now. We'll see what happens. I wonder if I should just, you know what? When I use StreamYard, if I want to monetize something I do on StreamYard, I have to go into YouTube after the fact. So you guys didn't have to see a commercial or anything on StreamYard because it just goes straight into live streaming. When I was doing it through OBS and doing the thumbnail and setting it up through YouTube, you can preset it for with a thumbnail and monetization and all that kind of stuff. So I'm kind of curious what's going to. I'm not going to monetize this video. I'm not going to hit that $ and see what happens and see if it gets flagged. So that's okay. No, you're not, Ron. Oxymoronic activity. Yes. You're exactly right, Kathy. It's not an irony. It is ironic, but it's a hypocrisy, double standard is what it is. It's just a flat out lie. That's all it is. So, yes, Tim. So that was what I was about to say. You beat me to it, Tim. Dang you. I want to make sure I caught up with the comments real quick. Yeah, absolutely, Kathy. Antifa fights him. Yep. Right. Keep him out. No one died. They just moved though. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, Kathy, I agree. I'm gonna yeah, you gotta follow the money. George Soros is, and then, oh, we didn't give anybody money. Liars. So Tim, yeah, you beat me to it. You guys are, as much as we try to avoid watching the news, we can't help it. And some of you guys just deliberately don't watch it, and that's fine. But I'll tell you right now that there's already a couple of things coming out right now. They're saying there's a second wave of the Red Dragon coming. They're already hammering people. Our pastor was talking about it this morning. He's like, well, where are they? Where's the second wave? It's still a lie. So I mean, we may have a few more cases here and there. We know people that have had it. I know Anna and Terry, they had it. My neighbor across the street had it. There's a bunch of people that actually have. It's a real thing, but the millions of people that probably had it and didn't even know it is staggering. So they're already putting that narrative out there. People are saying, I'm hearing people say, prepare. They're going to start talking about a second shutdown, probably right before the election. We have all these protests that are happening all over the place, trying to, we're just letting it all rip. We're letting it all rip tonight. All of this. Hey, Pete, thanks for coming in, brother. Yeah, Chris. You know what? We could go down rabbit holes all night long, man, with all this stuff. The connections. I was just telling my kids this morning. They were asking about why is Hillary Clinton why is she in court? Is she gonna get? She can go to jail? I go, no, she's in court to fight. She's not actually in court. Her lawyers are, but she's trying to keep from having to testify to Judicial Watch. Tom Fitton, and Judicial Watch is a fantastic guy. Fantastic conservative Christian guy fighting for the Freedom of Information Act. That guy has done more for our country to expose all this corruption and crime, especially with the Clinton crime syndicate and the Obamas, by forcing the courts to make these emails. And so she's fighting to keep those 33,000 emails private. Those emails that were found on Anthony Weiner's laptop. Anthony Weiner that had tens of thousands of child pornographic pictures on his laptop. All of that stuff. Oh my gosh, let's talk about rabbit holes. But we're not going to go that far. I mean, so I was telling my kids about this, and I try not to get too, because their eyes start to glaze over. Anyway, all right. So Tim, you brought that up. You know what? They're trying to put the narrative out there. They're trying to scare us. They're doing everything they can, because how many days do we have before the election? What is it? 100? Would it be 4 months away from the election? November 6th. They're doing everything they possibly can to keep people from voting. I am 100% confident that this man right here is going to win. And there is a silent majority out there. The guy, who was it that was saying this? Was it the guy that started Fox News? I want to say before Fox News became Fox News, and disclaimer, guys, I know Fox has had some issues, especially this last couple of years. They've definitely had some of their liberal leanings. So I'm not praising them for being the bastion of conservative thought. I like Breitbart personally myself, or One American News is pretty good. But what did you say, Chris? What website did I mention? Did I mention a website? Oh, Tom Fitton from Judicial Watch. He has been on YouTube like every other day with his updates on the court case against Hillary Clinton. So if you guys want to know straight from the horse's mouth, he's the president of Judicial Watch, and he is telling people the updates of what's going on with the court case, trying to force Hillary Clinton to testify under oath on her emails. This is not. It's not a right-wing conspiracy. It is not fake news. It is straight from Tom Fitton, who is in the legal battle, going to court against Hillary Clinton and fighting to make all of that stuff public on YouTube. And he's not censored, which is beautiful. So go check out Tom Fitton, you guys. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Kathy. Gosh. No, Chad. Yeah, when we were in high school, that meant you were stoned. Exactly. Poor Kathy. She's just glazed over because she's so wiped out. And Butch, how's it going, brother? Thanks for coming in. I was just talking about you earlier. Yep, Glenn Beck is fantastic. I love Glenn. I used to just watch when we were subscribed. We don't have satellite TV anymore. We got rid of it because I'm on YouTube all the time now. But I do watch Glenn Beck's YouTube stuff. And I also watch Sarah Gonzalez and his assistant Sarah Gonzalez that does her stuff from The Blaze. I love that. So and that's all good stuff. Good, and it's not filtered. It's not spun. You know, all good stuff. So, thankfully, I avoided my best friend in high school was a 4.0 student, and he smoked every day. Blew my mind. But he offered it to me, but he was a super cool. He always respected me and said, "You want to try it? Cool. If not, don't. But don't if you don't want to." Oh, Dan Bongino. Holy crap, guys. That guy is destroying things. I have been addicted to Dan Bongino this last like 3 to 4 weeks. And once I don't know how long has Dan Bongino been on YouTube, you guys. I don't know how long he's been there, but I really discovered him. He really kind of exploded about 3 or 4 weeks ago, did he? Or he's kind of been Dan Bongino is great. You guys already know who Dan Bongino is. Yeah, I know, Chris. I'm sorry. You know, hey, we're all birds of a feather. You know, go get your food and come back. I won't have to hear you chew. You follow Tom on Twitter, okay? Yeah, the Bongino Report. Love that guy, man. He destroys it. He destroys the liberal narrative. I love it. Fantastic. And you know what? And that is when we're seeing those guys' channels. You started watching them in April. Okay. April, May. Yeah. I don't have Twitter either, Chad. I've got too much on my plate between Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And I right on, Chris. Well, I got your phone. Watch us. You can participate on the. Oh, it's hard to type with one hand. I get that. Yep, I hear you. Yeah, Dan Bongino's been destroying these people. I love his insight. Having been in the White House during the Bush years and the Obama years, he's seen the inside and he has seen the truth of what's going on. So there's no pulling the wool over that guy's eyes. And being an ex-New York cop, I love what he continues to say about that about the George Floyd thing. Watching that officer Chavs, whatever his name was, and I went through the police academy. I was going to be a cop. I went all the way through, graduated like number 3 in my class. I'm a major in criminal justice with a almost a minor in theology. And so like I said, I was going to be a cop. Ended up taking my father-in-law's business over. And at the time, the politics back then, see, Olivia and I will be married 27 years. So it was right then when I graduated from the police academy. 27 years ago, the politics then were horrible for cops. And at the time, I'm like, politics, go put bad guys in jail. Yeah, fun, but the politics destroy a lot of that fun. Owning my own business and being safe, not having people shoot at me. Yeah, I think I'm going to go that route. So I took over my father-in-law's business and did that for 15 years and had a blast doing it. And so that's why I didn't do it. And man, looking at what police officers are going through right now, 100%, I'm glad I didn't do it, because to be able to maintain how 98% of the officers out there maintain control of their tempers while they have dirt bags spitting on them, kicking them, calling them every vile name in the book, and just generally being dirt bags. I don't know how they maintain control of their temper and temper their use of force appropriately and maintain control of that and handle their business. It just blows my mind. So it's not, and especially as we see the lawlessness in this country right now, the amount of lawlessness that's happening, the anti-cop stuff is just out of control, absolutely out of control. And so I'm sorry, but when we get cops being treated the way they are, like the one that just happened in Atlanta, Georgia, and then on Friday night, that drunk guy that they had blocking the Wendy's drive-through, and then you can see the video is clear as day. It's all over the internet. You guys have got to have seen it. And he steals that, he grabs that taser from the officer, and he makes a run for it, and they start chasing him, and he turns and fires the taser at the officer. You know what? A taser can be deadly, but usually isn't. But an appropriate use of force. Dan Bongino already had made some comments, but then they go and burn down the Wendy's for it. Really? It sucks that guy died, but I'm sorry, the guy was fighting and he made those choices. I'm sorry. It sucks for him and his family, but that's a choice he made, and I'm sorry, but if he wasn't fighting, he'd have gone to jail for drunk and disorderly conduct or sleeping in his car drunk or something, and he wouldn't have gone that route. But I don't know. I'm sorry, but we're seeing that kind of stuff out there. When they're arresting grandmas for grooming dogs, like they're doing in Washington right now, and yet they're letting these wild anarchists take over 6 city blocks of downtown Seattle, there's something wrong. That's it. So, you know what? You're right. You're right, Tyler. I would have been, and the cops are starting to quit all over the place. So, you know what, Kathy? Yes, I completely. God puts our leaders in their positions. Absolutely, and Jesus actually says that in the Bible. He talks about that if you're going to take the chance and you're going to rebel against those in authority over you, you are going to risk having their wrath on your head. They are instruments of God So those of you guys that aren't Bible believers, let's just tune this out for a second. But the Bible does say that those in authority over us are used and to enforce the law, to enforce God's laws. So it says that all throughout the New Testament, not just the Old Testament. So I completely agree with that, Kathy. We are a brother and sister on that one. So anyway, you know what, Chris, you are good to go. If you were throwing some troll comments on there, you'd have been banned a long time ago. So you're good to go. Love it. Let it fly. Yeah, and you know what, Ron? It's funny you said that, because I probably know now, looking back, hindsight's always 20/20, right? Looking back now on my life and the issues, things I've gone through in my life, I know I have a temper, and I don't know. they say the divorce rate for cops is over 50%. I think when they bring that kind of negativity home and that anger and whatnot, and their women folk can't live with them, or the men folk, it's hard to live with them if they're women, but mainly men, right? So yeah, I would have definitely lost my cool. I would have had to quit. So I missed your comment earlier. Sorry. Hey, no, that's cool. Great. Thank you, Chris. Thank you. That's a great idea. Have creators meet at the meetup, sign shirts. That'd be a good idea. I like that. Great idea. So, well, right on, Ron. And Ron, I've given you my phone number and my email. So if you ever want to call and talk and just chat, I'd love to talk and chat with you too. I think we talked already once on the phone, didn't we? Anyway, I've talked to almost all you guys on the phone already. Yeah, that's a great idea. You know what? Yes. Yes. What did I say? What did I say? I was talking to Chris from Bar None, not you, Chad. Oh, oh, I credited that the sign of the T-shirt signing. I credited it to Chris, not to you. Sorry, Chad. Okay. Calling you names. Hey, well, you guys both have man beards, so it's hard to, both, and you're both redheads too. You guys both have red beards, which is interesting. All right, so there, you got me on the rant there, Ron, but I enjoyed it. So we'll talk about this next week, and I'll let you guys know what happened with this video, and somebody that's going to see it. So I'll tell you guys the part that I cut out of that little video. I know, right? So I had kind of gone off of Jeremy, because Jeremy kind of touched on the troll thing, and he was like, you know what, whatever. I went off and I kind of was like, you know what, this is my channel, my content, and at first, I've had a few trolls that were just downright nasty. Some of the things they've said were just really just mean, and I had this one guy that was a carpenter, and he was really bashing me for my patio cover, and you guys know I admitted a couple mistakes I made. Chad pointed out my thing with my scarf joint. I fixed it. He was right, but a couple things that I had noticed that a couple of watchers had pointed out, and I fixed them, but I admitted that, right? Well, on my final video, actually I have one more video to put out about the rock work that I put out. I'm sitting here looking at it as I'm talking to you guys. I had actually fixed everything that was in my video, and I admitted all that. And I had this carpenter, come on there and just bash me for it, saying it looked how horrible it looked, and then he admits, and he says, well, it might not fall down, but it just looks like crap. That was basically his message. I'm like, really? I go, well, then why are you watching, dude? And you just have a red beard. That's funny. Oh goodness. Yeah, Chad's you're completely all natural. All right. Yep, Ron, you and I, we're the old guys in the group here. I'm gray too. My dad was white by the time he was 60. So this is a kind of a blonde gray thing going on here. I know it looks gray probably in the light, but there's a little bit of blonde still up in here. But when I had long hair a couple of years ago, I had hair down to my shoulders, and it just didn't look good. There was just too much gray in it. But I cut it all off. My wife's like, no, you look better with that. So anyway, the whole troll thing, I kind of did this little blurb, like, you know what, this is my channel, my content. You want to leave a good constructive comment? And Tim Fergal is one of my favorite fans, and him and Roger Betancourt, they've made some interesting observations about some of the stuff in my videos, and Tim had taken the time to, I know I talk about Tim all the time now, but took the time to send me an email saying, hey, I'm kind of concerned about this and this, and I'm like, I didn't even see that. Thank you so much. This whole idea of community and helping each other, positive, constructive comments, and people reaching out, taking the time because they care. But you get all these keyboard warriors. And so I said, yeah, those of you that just have the nerve to write something really mean on there, I can just see that you're really the ones that are eating your Hot Pockets. You're 30 years old, eating your Hot Pockets in your mama's basement, and that's all you've got to do in life. But put nasty comments on people's videos. You know, we put this stuff out there, and so Silver Scott, not silver yet. Yeah, I guess it is silver. It does look silver in the light, huh? Anyway, so I had to cut that out of there because I was trying to make the video needed to be positive, and then I said something about Idaho, some Idahoans that because I've had a few people say, don't come up here, you Californians stay down there and stuff, and so I cut that out too, and I'm like, yeah, that's not necessary because I don't want to piss off the wrong people, but it ended up being all right. But yeah, this whole thing with the troll thing and the negative comments, it is what it is. I mean, you have to this is part of the whole scene, right? So you just got to deal with it. So anyway, Tim from Tool Time, you're mocking me, aren't you? No, Tim Fergal. He was in the chat earlier. He probably had to take off. No, Tim Fergal actually has a channel. So Tyler, if you're not subscribed to Tim Fergal, you need to go check out a couple of his videos. Yeah, sometimes it can be amusing. I had a really big debate with a lady on my and I left all of her comments up, and we had about 10 comments back and forth. She was so offended when I called her lovely California state California, and she was like, "Man, I'm glad you're leaving. Your kind is all the same." And I'm like, "Oh, well, you sound like a typical liberal." And she claimed that she was a Republican, but I didn't believe it, the things she was saying. But it was an amusing back and forth. And she told me she was like 60 some years old, and she was just downright nasty. But you guys can go back and check it out. I left it up there. But yes, yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. Okie dokie. He's that bad, huh? Huh. Huh. Okay. All right. Bye. All right. So I guess my son is feeling extremely nauseous and dizzy. He had to leave work right now, and he's sitting in a car, and my wife just called. I need to go check him out and go pick him up. He's not fit to drive home, guys. So guys, that's the news for the night. That's the meetup. Go check out the video. Thank you, everybody, for coming in. I've got to go check on my son and go pick him up and see what's going on with my son. So thank you, everybody, for popping in. It was a fantastic. Thanks for getting me going on my rant, Ron. And we'll see you guys next week, and I'll let you guys know how it all came out. So you guys have a great night. Have a great week. All right, guys. Thanks again.